We're actually going to start lying down today, but most of the session we're going to be standing, and we're going to be going through a sequence standing up. So find yourself to a nice comfortable lying down position, and we're going to be using two things today to activate energy in the body, but also a kind of healing actually, and those two things are touch, our own touch, and our own voice, both of which can be surprisingly powerful to bring you into the body and make you feel really present, and because the body can only be here and now. So from this lying down position, just begin to, with your eyes closed, just allow yourself to land here. Feel the weight of your body. In particular, feel the back of your body against the floor, almost as if you could feel like the back of your body is becoming heavier. Feeling your body widening and softening as you allow the weight of the body to become heavy on the floor. Feeling the back of the head, that connection to the back of the floor. The back of the chest, behind the heart space, the shoulder blades. The back of the belly and the abdomen, that whole area, just feeling the curves of the spine, feeling your pelvis and the back of your hips on the floor. And feeling the weight of the back of your legs. And we'll invite ourselves to be present by using our voice. So I invite you to say out loud, I am, and then say your name. I am, for me, obviously it's Laura. Say your own name. I am, say your name. And vibrating in your chest as you speak. I am, and say your name. I am here. Reaching out your legs. Gently rolling over onto your right side and slowly making your way up. Transitioning through all fours and just beginning to bring yourself to standing. And you're standing with your hips just a little bit more than hips width, so that you've got a really solid, comfortable base. And we'll begin by, this is where we begin to use touch. So we're just going to gently, along each arm, we're just going to squeeze up the arm from the wrist and then back down. And just watching as you do it, just watching your hand, squeezing your arm, and then taking it up the back of the arm. So squeezing from the wrist, up to the shoulders. Squeezing back down. For me, I notice that my hand is colder than the skin on my arms. And then just stroking. So instead of squeezing, just stroking up and down the arms. This left arm with the right arm. Or whichever way around you've done it. And then take each finger and just squeeze each finger with the other hand from the base of the finger, just squeezing up to the tip and back down. Taking your time, just watching as you do it. So literally watching your fingers and your hands, taking your thumb and pushing and pressing into the palm of the hand, Maybe tracing with your thumb the lines on your hand. You're then taking the thumb onto the top of the hand and just stroking down each of those tendons that lead into the fingers. And notice if your mind has things to say to you about your hands. If your mind jumps in with judgments and commentary, and just see if you can just come back to just experiencing your own touch. And then we'll move to the other side and we'll just begin to do that gentle squeezing from the wrists, squeezing and releasing as you come up the arms, like a gentle massage, and then coming back down. And then turning the arm and taking it up the back of the arm, squeezing. Just noticing, just coming into the body through this touch. And then just stroking up and down the arms. Your fingertips just stroking down and up. And then coming to the hand. Just gently squeezing the thumb and the fingers to just squeeze from the base of each finger all the way up to the top and back down, like giving your fingers a little massage. Just observing yourself doing it, feeling your touch and also watching your touch. Taking your thumb and pushing down into the palm of the hand, maybe tracing those lines on the hands, maybe giving a little squeeze in each of the knuckles, at the back of the knuckles, and then coming around to the front of the hand and just tracing down the lines of the tendons and the bones leading into the fingers. Just allowing the arms to rest by the side of the body, fingers just down towards the floor, and just feel how your arms feel. They feel a little bit enlivened, like wiggle your fingers and your thumbs. And with your eyes closed now, just gently explore the torso. So taking your hands across your body, stroking across the rib cage, underneath, across the chest. Maybe you want to do those gentle squeezes, or maybe you want to just keep it just as a soft stroking, whatever feels good. Taking it round to the back of the body as well. Almost like you were trying to very slowly put moisturizer all over the body. Give yourself this massage, and just with the eyes closed, just feeling maybe even into the shoulders, across the collarbone, round to the back of the neck, maybe even just taking the fingertips and just pushing in and massaging around the base of the head. Just notice, just have a feel, feeling the body. How does it feel? You imagine that your hands are kind of bringing life. I do like to apply a little bit of squeezing, just stimulating the body. Maybe even using the thumb to feel into the rib cage, like those gaps between each rib. Tracing that round the base of the rib cage. Just experiencing the body in a different way. And then just pausing for a moment again, bringing the hands by the side. How does it feel in the torso and the chest? open the eyes, and we're going to take the legs a little bit wider this time. So quite a wide stance, and just have your feet just slightly pointing out, almost like you're slightly pointing towards the corners of your mat. And we're just going to lean over, and we're just going to do the same, just as we did with the arms. We're going to do that same thing down each side of our legs. So we're just going to squeeze and just slowly make our way down the legs. Just using the hands and the thumbs, just gently applying and releasing pressure. And if you want to, you can bend your knees if that feels more comfortable as you lean down. Or you can keep it straight and just feel that stretch in the back of the leg as you squeeze and release up and down. And do it a couple of times. Maybe experiment, maybe it feels good to just make it more of a stroke. Maybe it feels good for it to be just the fingertips. Just explore. And just like with the arms, watching yourself doing this action, just watching this experience. I like to sometimes even just take the fingertips and just squeeze the fingertips. So it's like I'm pushing into the flesh of my legs with my fingertips. Just slowly making my way up and down. When you feel ready, you can take it over to the other side. So just leaning over the other leg and just watching and feeling your own touch. Notice if your mind wants to run away from the experience. See if you can stay with your body, being curious about how different types of touch feel. Maybe moving towards that stroking. Maybe you keep the legs straight so you can feel that stretch as you lean over. Or maybe you bend the legs so you can go lower. Transitioning to just using the fingertips perhaps if that feels good. Even tickling, like a kind of gentle tickling. Maybe applying pressure with the fingertips. There's no right or wrong. Just see what feels good. And coming up to standing, keeping the legs as they are. Just closing down the eyes and having the arms down by the side of the body. How does it feel in the legs? Is there any sense of aliveness? Just notice. We're not trying to make anything happen, we're just noticing. And then opening the eyes. We're going to take the right toes and just point them towards the side of the room and just straightening up the back leg so that the foot is parallel to the back of your mat. And you can take the stance wider if you'd like, you can have it closer in, whatever feels good. We're just going to bend the right knee, just not taking it further than this right angle to the floor. And just making sure that the knee is not knocking out to either side. So you just want to be able to still see those toes. And we're just going to begin to feel a sway in the body. So we're just going to be using our left hip to just pull the body back and then lean it back in. But rather than it being just a kind of the rest of the body being still and straight and it just being this sway, this backwards and forwards, we're going to allow it to be a kind of a sway. So the body can be soft. Oh, you see how you can experience your balance, but just see if you can allow it to be a sway. That as you come backwards and forwards, so you're just bending and straightening the legs, and perhaps the arms and the wrists are kind of doing a spiraling motion to kind of encourage the body to do this softness, add this softness to the movement. And you can have the eyes open or closed. I quite like to explore this with my eyes closed, so I can just feel in my body. It's quite subtle. We're not really doing very much, but we're just seeing if we can feel that experience of swaying, almost as if you're leading with your hips, but also your rib cage is helping to pull the body back as you're doing this bending and straightening, and just being aware of the knee. My right knee in particular likes to wander around when I'm not paying attention, so just introducing, and maybe your arms want to become a bit bigger. Maybe you want to allow the arms to spiral up and just allow it to be a bit bigger, or maybe not. Maybe you want to keep your arms close to your body and stroke the body. Just experiment. You can feel a bit awkward at first, like we're not quite sure what to do, so just see what feels good. We're just coming into the body. And then coming back with that straight leg and just turning the right foot so that it's in that parallel position to the back of the mat. And then turning the front toes now. We'll just do the same again, so just bending into that left leg and just beginning to introduce that sway. And at first we're just backwards and forwards, and then allowing it to start to be a little bit more fluid. You're just swaying, noticing. For me, when I close my eyes, sometimes my balance wants to go. And just spiraling the wrists. In nature, there's so many spiral shapes. So when we start to move our body in spiral shapes, it starts to bring a slightly different feeling in the body. It takes us out of the kind of linear, standard ways that we move. Just be curious. Maybe your arms get big, or maybe they come close to the body. Just stroke, so whatever feels good. Maybe even take your arms down your legs and stroke your legs again. So just really allow yourself to play. Eyes open or closed, whatever feels good. As I said, on the other side, it's eyes closed feels good for me. Can you allow your head and your neck to soften and be part of the movement too? And then come back to the middle, bringing your feet in a tiny bit and just closing the eyes, arms by the side. How does it feel down the sides of your body? Maybe even feeling maybe just rolling the shoulders a little bit with your eyes closed, letting it be a movement that uses the whole body just to feel softness in torso. Just really thinking and invoking the softening. And let's use our voice again. I am Laura. I am here. And coming to stillness. We're going to take our legs just a little bit shorter, so we're wider than hips width, but not quite as wide as we were before. And we're going to be using that swaying again, but this time we're just going to be swaying over, bending slightly into that left standing leg, the left leg, and just bringing the right leg over to just tap, and then just coming back. So just like we're swaying, noticing if it feels like you can bend into either leg or you can keep them straight. We're just swaying. Perhaps the arms sway with you, almost like you were a blade of grass in a meadow. It's being gently moved by the wind. Or a piece of seaweed under the ocean floor. Stepping to the side and back. Maybe the arms stay low. Maybe the arms go high. And sway. Soft. If you could let the body just follow along so that it is this fluid motion. You're being held and moved by a gentle breeze. After your next one, just keep your leg, take your right leg out and keep it to that side, and we'll just begin to do the same on the other side. So just now it's the left leg that is stepping out and swaying back. Again, maybe you want the arms high and spiraling. Maybe you want them low. But how would it be if you were just being gently moved by a gentle breeze? The sun's shining here today, and so as I close my eyes, I'm imagining the feel of a gentle spring breeze moving my body, but allowing it to be soft. To those legs just slightly wider than hips width. More gently and slowly sway our way down to hang over the legs. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like, and we'll just continue that swaying, letting it be led by the arms. The head is heavy and loose. Let the shoulder blades relax. Let the hips take you from side to side, the weight shifting from one leg to the next. See if you can gently lift the toes so that you can make sure that the feet are balancing the weight. Maybe slowing it right down now so that you really take your time to feel the edges of this sway. When you come over to one side, maybe even coming slightly past and around so you feel the opening in the ribs and the side body. Perhaps you spiral your hands and wrists. I am I am here. Saying your name out loud. Reminding your mind with your words that you're right here. That there's nowhere else for you to be right now. And gently lean down and come down to your hands and knees. And we're just going to slowly make our way to our back, lying down on your back to begin to come to stillness. Letting your body settle back down onto the floor. Your arms by the side of your body, palms face up. Perhaps gently tucking the shoulder blades in. I like to lean onto one side and almost like I'm tucking in a shoulder blade and then tucking in the other shoulder blade, so my arms and my chest just lie flatter on the floor. Letting the legs relax, the feet splay open. How does your body feel? Back in this position of being still and on the ground. Can you allow your body to be heavy once more? You've gently moved the energy with swaying, with touch, with your voice. Saying out loud one final time, I am Laura. Repeating your own name. I am here. Feel it vibrate in your body. In every moment, we have a choice to come into the body, to come into presence, to feel what we feel without judging it, without holding or clinging to it, just allowing. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Breathing in, pausing, feeling the breath held in the chest, opening the heart. Slowly sighing out through the mouth. Taking 2 more like that. So breathing in and holding briefly before releasing gently with a sigh out of the mouth. Slowly returning movement to the fingers and the toes. Stroking the finger pads with the thumbs. Rolling over onto one side and gently pushing up into a seat. Taking your time. Coming into a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to your chest in a prayer. Your thumbs gently pressed into your chest and feeling your chest rising up to meet your fingers and your thumbs. Eyes closed, chin slightly dipped, bowing down to your own presence. Thanking yourself for being here, for giving yourself this time. Taking your thumbs to your third eye, gently raising your chin towards the sky. Namaste.